Are you nervous at the prospect of a job interview? Have you ever been that nervous that you've considered not doing the interview at all, walking away, just leaving it? If so, welcome to the real world, because nerves are universal and essential to performance. Even as I sit here presenting this video, I'm nervous. I'm worried about the content and I'm worried about the technology. But there are three types of nerves. Firstly, there's those nerves that you have when you're not really comfortable, you haven't prepared, and you wing it, and you go in and you crash and burn, and you don't get the job. The second type of nerves is when you've prepared, and it doesn't get any better. And you go in and it's an out-of-body experience, and you don't get the job. There's the third type of nerves that you get when you're interview fit. You've prepared well. You are nervous, but you can perform. Just like your favourite sports star or actor or musician. They've prepared and they're fit, physically and otherwise. So to get you interview fit, it's going to take some time. Just how long to be interview fit? Probably about 20 hours. 1/3 of that time will be spent working on the paperwork, the CV, the application form, the presentation, and so forth. The second third of that preparation will be about networking, online and offline. Talking to people who are doing the job, talking to people in the industry, gathering information. The result is that you end up talking like the holder of the job, and that helps you at the interview, and interviewers just love to see people who can talk the talk. The third part of your preparation is doing what I'm doing now. It's preparing your answers and rehearsing them in front of a camera or in front of a mirror until you're properly interview fit. So here's 10 tips that will help you beat the interview butterflies. Number 1, develop a good, positive rapport with your interviewers. Start the interview with a good, friendly handshake. Make good eye contact. For the interviewers, good rapport leads to full disclosure of all the information that they need from you. And for you, good rapport leads to a much more comfortable interview. So don't think of the interviewers as people to be feared or to be wary of. Think of them as future colleagues. Number 2, listen like crazy and take your time. Use silences. Don't interrupt the end of the interviewer's question with the start of your answer, because that only shows the interviewer that you don't listen properly. Did you know, by the way, that you think 5 times faster than you can talk? So every second spent in reflection buys you valuable time. Listen. Know the job really well and know how your experience matches what the interviewer is looking for. Be as familiar with the job specification and the personal specification as you are with your own CV. You don't win at chess by just taking the other person's pieces. You win at chess by working out what the other person's game is and acting accordingly. So help the interviewer help you. Help the interviewer by making your CV and your letter of application easy for them to read and easy for them to relate to their own material. Network. Network like crazy, online and offline. Be like a detective. Consult as many sources as you can. Talk to people inside the industry, inside the job. Get a 3-dimensional view of the company, the job, its products, and its world. If you do this really well, you'll end up talking like the job holder, and interviewers will notice this and rank you much higher. Use numbers and hard facts to support your case for the job, because interviewers like to write numbers down. Be familiar with the numbers relating to the job, and that'll come from your networking. For example, if in your research you've discovered that they expect about 100 sales a month, and you've been able to deliver 200 in your past experience, they'll definitely write that one down. Make yourself memorable for the right reason. Interviewers love little things to help them remember their interviewees later. It could be anything from your name, an unusual place that you worked in, somewhere you travelled, an unusual skill or a language. Just make yourself memorable for the right reason. Past performance beats future promises any day of the week in the world of the interviewer. In fact, this notion of past performance is at the core of a technique called competency-based interviewing. It says that how you performed in the past predicts how you'll perform in the future. So if you find yourself in promising mode, saying, I'll do this, that and the other if you hire me, forget about it. Interviewers are far more interested in things like how teams used you, how people relied on you. That's past performance. They say you should dress to impress, but you also should dress for you. Present yourself in a way that shows that you understand the company's dress code, but also dress and present yourself in a way that you feel confident. If you find yourself there in the interview sitting and thinking, the brown suit wasn't a good idea, then it probably wasn't a good idea. Know how you look and sound at the interview by using this, your mobile phone. Videotape yourself answering the standard interview questions and get used to seeing yourself at a distance. Don't dwell on the bits that don't work. Find the pieces of video that actually show you performing well and build out from there. Prepare for the standard questions, such as tell me about yourself, by all means, but don't become an interview robot. In your practicing, don't aim for word perfection, but imagine you're having a professional conversation with a colleague and just note down the key points you need to make and be comfortable with that. Remember, you're not the only nervous person in the room. Interviewers get nervous too. They're worried about hiring the wrong person. So help them relax by relaxing yourself. Using humour is tricky, but actually being pleasant and engaging with the interviewers works really well. I hope you found these 10 tips useful. If you want some other ideas, you can look at my website at www.brianmciver.com. Good luck with your interview.